You know, for decades, we've secured our companies like they were medieval castles. We built a big firewall to be the moat, and the office was the keep. But what happens when your team and all their work isn't inside the castle walls anymore? We're about to dive into that, and trust me, it's a huge shift in how we think about our digital world.
So let me just ask you this straight up. Is your company's security built for the world we live in today? Or are you still trying to defend an empty castle when all your most valuable people and data are already out there exploring the world?
Because that's the reality, right? Our work isn't in one building. It's on a laptop at home, it's in the cloud with apps like Office 365, it's on our phones while we're grabbing a coffee. The old model, well, it just can't keep up. So in this explainer, we're going to break it all down. First, we'll look at how the world's network totally changed. Then, why that old security model is failing. After that, we'll get into a new framework called SASE and even use Zscaler as a real-world example of how it all works. And finally, what this means for you every single day.
Okay, first up, let's set the stage. We are living through a massive digital transformation. The whole idea of a corporate network has been turned completely upside down.
I mean, think about the old world. Everything was so predictable. Your apps, like SAP, were on-premise. Everyone worked from a central office, and all the data traffic flowed in this neat, orderly way. Now, it's the total opposite. Our most important apps are in the cloud. Our teams are literally everywhere, and network traffic is this kind of chaotic, unpredictable storm coming from all directions.
So, if the network has changed so much, why are so many companies still trying to use a security model from a different era? Well, this leads to what I like to call the digital commute problem, and believe me, it is a huge bottleneck.
Just imagine this for a second. You're in a branch office in, say, London, and you need to get to Salesforce, which lives in the cloud. Now, with the old model, your connection doesn't just go there. Oh no, it gets backhauled. That means it gets sent on a long detour all the way back to your company's main data center in New York. There, it has to pass through this huge stack of security boxes before it's finally allowed to go out to the internet. It's an absolutely insane detour that just slows everything down to a crawl.
And that's the bottom line here. This model is completely broken. It's way too expensive. It creates these massive choke points in the network, and worst of all, it gives everyone a frustratingly slow experience when they're just trying to do their job. The whole castle and moat idea, it's obsolete. So what's the solution? We need to move security away from the data center and put it where the users and the apps actually are, which is in the cloud. And this is where a brand new framework called SASE comes into play.
Now, SASE, it stands for Secure Access Service Edge. It's not a single product you can buy. It's more of a philosophy, a new way of thinking. It's about taking all those security functions you used to have in big, expensive boxes in your data center and delivering them all as one unified service directly from the cloud.
And this includes the whole shebang. We're talking a powerful cloud firewall, a secure web gateway to inspect all your traffic, something called Zero Trust Network Access to replace those clunky old VPNs, and even advanced stuff like a CASB to act as a security guard for your cloud apps, and DLP to make sure sensitive data doesn't walk out the door. It is your entire security stack now delivered as a service.
And maybe the single biggest advantage here is something called hyperscalability. It means when your company grows from 100 users to 1,000, you don't have to go out and buy a bigger, more expensive firewall. You just add more licenses. The cloud just scales with you automatically. No more hardware headaches.
Okay, that all sounds great in theory, right? But how does it actually work in the real world? Let's take a look at Zscaler, who are one of the pioneers in this space, to really see SASE in action. Zscaler really breaks this down into two main jobs. Think of ZIA as your security for the public internet. It's like a bodyguard that goes with you when you're visiting public places online like Salesforce or Google. Then you have ZPA, which is more like a high-tech, super secure keycard that only lets you into your company's private internal apps.
So how does it do all this without those terrible slowdowns from backhauling? Simple, by being everywhere. Zscaler has over 150 of its own data centers spread all across the globe. What that means is your security checkpoint is always local. It's always just a few milliseconds away. No more long-distance digital commutes. And the process is incredibly fast. When you connect to the internet, a little app on your device, the Zscaler Client Connector, it just wakes up. It instantly pings a central brain to get the latest security rules just for you. Then, it creates a secure tunnel to the closest Zscaler node, and all of your traffic gets inspected before it goes anywhere else. This whole check-in, it happens in milliseconds. Okay, so we've talked about the architecture, but what does this actually feel like for a normal person just trying to do their job? Why should you care about all this?
Well, it's pretty simple. You open your laptop, anywhere in the world, the Zscaler app starts silently in the background. You honestly don't even notice it. It finds the fastest path to the security cloud, and you just work. You get fast, secure access to everything you need, with zero hassle. It's security that actually gets out of your way.
Let's really put this head-to-head with the old way, the legacy VPN. A VPN basically gives you the keys to the entire kingdom, full access to the whole network. ZPA, on the other hand, is built on a zero-trust principle. It gives you a key, but only to one specific room or one specific app. It keeps your apps totally hidden from the internet, it never trusts anyone by default, and, well, the experience is fast and seamless, not slow and clunky.
So the most crucial point, the real bottom line is this. You get the exact same fast, secure experience no matter where you are, sitting at your desk in the main office or working from a hotel halfway across the world. The security and the experience are identical. No more choosing between being secure and being productive.
And that brings us to the final question. Our work, our apps, our data, they all live in a borderless world now. So isn't it time we stopped trying to defend old, empty castles and started thinking about a security model that's just as flexible and distributed as we are? I'll just leave you with this. If your business is borderless, why isn't your security?